Hey everyone, Ben here and welcome to Motivation to Invest. Is Amazon working on a giant Death Star style blimp which has drones coming out of it? Now there's been a viral video going around and it actually shows this giant blimp built by Amazon with these drones flying out of it and delivering packages to people all over the world. So is this real? Is this some mock-up video? Or is this based on some real facts that we need to know about? So in this video, we're going to find out. I'm going to show you guys the video. I'm going to dive into some secret information I have found. And then I'm also going to do a brief stock analysis of Amazon stock to see whether you should have Amazon in your portfolio. So before we dive right in, if you're new around here, feel free to join the investing family by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. And if you do find any value in this video at all, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. That helps out tremendously with the channel. And with that being said, let's dive in. Now, I've stated on this channel many times before that Amazon has been really trying to push this drone delivery across many parts of the world, and it seems it's actually making the most headway over here in the UK. So if I dive into this article here, this is from 2016. So Amazon starts Prime Air drone delivery trial in the UK. So Amazon announced that it started a small private drone delivery trial in the UK. So over time, Amazon plans to expand this trial to a few dozen and later to hundreds of shoppers who live within a few miles of its first Prime Air fulfillment centre around Cambridge in the UK. So this was a few years back, and then Amazon announced that they'd have these air fulfillment centres where drones would come out of the roof, something like Thunderbirds, and then they'd fly to your house and drop off packages, so you can actually access the packages in that way. So why is Amazon doing this? Well, it's not just a fancy gimmick and it's not just a fancy show. However, I do think the marketing for this is extremely powerful, and I think it will go viral all over international news centres. But the real reason Amazon is doing this is because of last mile delivery. So the last mile of package delivery is often the most time consuming and expensive for delivery to happen. And it really is a paradox in the logistics world, because it is very easy to order a package from China and have it shipped over via air freight. It's actually quite cost effective to do that on a per mile basis. But then once you get into a city, into a fulfillment center, and then you have to sort each package individually and take each package individually to an individual address, that can be quite a costly process and actually a real time-consuming process. So drone delivery could solve that issue. I could personally see it having a major benefit if people had maybe some sort of drone delivery box in their back garden, say, and then the drone could come, access the box, drop the package in, and then the box would lock so nobody else can access the package. And then when you get home, you can scan your phone and take out the package. So that's one way I personally can think how this could work. Or let's say you live in an apartment and you've got a balcony, perhaps the drone could come, drop it onto the balcony. So there's a few different ways I can see this actually working. Yeah, drone delivery is being pushed heavy by Amazon, and it seems Amazon and the UK government are working very closely. So UK, surprisingly, actually seems the most relaxed with regards to drones flying overhead. The US seems a little bit more strict. So I did some digging for you guys and actually found this article from 2020. So Amazon has now actually got approval for drone delivery trial. So Amazon got the FAA approval and has entered the testing phase. The new mode of delivery will be known as Amazon Prime Air. The company is the first one to enter into airway delivery. So this is a real sort of big step for Amazon. There's also a Chinese company which I've covered on this channel before. It's a drone company called Ehang. I believe they're also working in this space also. So I believe they're partnered with DHL in China. So that's also an interesting play. It's a Chinese stock, but they do have a lot of volatility. There was a short seller report which hit them, but still an interesting one if you're after a speculative play in the drone industry. But yeah, what about this giant drone blimp video, which is like a Death Star? Well, I'm going to play you this video right now and see what you guys think. So I'm sure you guys can agree that's a pretty exciting video, very interesting, a bit fearful also. You're thinking, whoa, this is actually quite crazy. You're going to have these giant blimps flying overhead. But luckily for you guys, I did some digging and it turns out that it's not actually real. So you guys can sleep easy at night without worrying about giant blimps flying overhead. However, there is some interesting news which I found out in this area. So it is actually based upon real patents filed by Amazon. So it is something Amazon has considered and could potentially be working on. So if I dive into this article here From an underwater warehouse to a drone tower, these Amazon patents show what future deliveries may look like. This is called a hive of drones, so this really does look post-apocalyptic. So you've basically got this giant hive, and then these drones fly out and go and deliver packages similar to a beehive. So this is a multi-level fulfillment center for unmanned aerial vehicles. So this is an underground warehouse. So this is a network of underground tunnels which would allow direct delivery to houses and company offices. So Amazon actually filed a patent for a series of underground tunnels under different houses and office buildings, which would allow packages to just pop up out the ground. Personally, I don't consider this very lightly because I was a former electrical design engineer and we used to do designs for cabling lengths, and it's often much more expensive to actually dig and lay cables underground than it is to actually put them overhead. So with regards to underground delivery, I don't consider this too lightly of an option, thank God. And now on to the third patent, which is the viral video, and this is the floating airship or a blimp. So this is actually a real patent filed by Amazon. So a centralized aerial warehouse might solve the problem of drones requiring a lot of energy. So really this does make a lot of sense. Let's say there's an Amazon warehouse outside a major city. Then rather than having all the different individual drones flying into the major city individually, they could all fly into the major city on a drone blimp, a little bit like a train, and then the drone blimp can have each of the mini drones fly out and go to each one of the apartments in the major cities. So I could actually see a real practical application for this, and personally this looks like something which actually could be likely, assuming they can get all regulatory approval for a floating airship, because you don't really see them too much these days. So I know what you guys are thinking, how does the drone actually get the package into your house if you're not, let's say you're not at home, let's say you're at work and the package has been delivered? How does the drone do it? Well, Amazon's actually filed a patent to solve this issue. So this is called an accordion-like drone chute, and it's a little bit like a chimney which Santa would use to come down at Christmas. So this chute is actually deployed and the drone doesn't even have to land. The drone can simply fly over the chute, drop the package into the chute, and then that can actually close or even be routed directly into your house. So this is really quite an interesting concept, and I can actually see this actually adopted mainstream, and it's quite simple to actually build. It looks quite cost effective to actually do. And finally, the last patent I'm going to touch on is an underwater warehouse. So this is an underwater storage facility for packages. Now personally, I can't see a major application for this, but Amazon's filed the patent. All really interesting stuff. And if Amazon was a small company, I would say that these different things that Amazon is working on would really move the needle for Amazon. However, Amazon is a giant tech mammoth. So personally, I don't think these little factors will actually move the needle for Amazon. But it's great to see that Amazon continues to innovate. And Jeff Bezos' motto is it's always day one. And he considers the Amazon team as a team of inventors. And he's always considered that since day one. But even Amazon as its core business is definitely one of my favorite businesses in the entire world. So I'm going to dive into just a couple of quick metrics for Amazon because I've covered it many times before on this channel. I've done a real deep dive analysis, so I'll leave that in the description below if you guys want to check that out. Amazon is the market leader, not just in e-commerce with Amazon Prime and its whole Prime Video, Prime Music ecosystem. They're also the market leader in cloud services with its Amazon Web Services. So to me, that's the real special thing about Amazon and the real driver. So Amazon leads the $130 billion cloud market with its AWS. And then second on the list is Microsoft with Microsoft Azure. And then third is Google Cloud. And then of course you have Alibaba Cloud, Salesforce, Tencent Cloud, etc. Let's dive into a few quick metrics for Amazon. So there's a quick stock analysis. We're on Stockopedia. This is a platform I use all the time to analyze stocks. If you guys wish to check it out and see if it fits your investing style, I've got an exclusive 25% off discount link only for you guys, the viewers of Motivation to Invest. So if this is something you're interested in and it fits your style, check that out in the link below. So on Stockopedia, each stock is given a stock rank. So currently Amazon has a stock rank of 72 out of 100. We're just going to dive into the key metrics here. Sales growth, 43% in the year of 2020. Now that's incredible, guys. Generally, I say a growth stock is one which is growing at least 20% per year. And giant companies actually find it harder to grow their revenues on a percentage basis due to the law of large numbers. So to see 43% revenue growth, of course, Amazon benefiting massively from the global lockdown all over the world. So to see this revenue growth is incredible. If we dive into the price of sales, which is the best way to really value a company like Amazon, the price of sales is 4 times. You're paying 4 times the company's sales. PE ratio is high. So the PE ratio is actually 58. So the average PE of the S&P 500 right now is around 28. So that's 28 times the company's earnings or the company's profits. So really the PE ratio is quite high, but I wouldn't use the PE ratio to value Amazon. I'd use the price to sales. And if I dive into the fair value of the stock, so this is from a discounted cash flow calculation, fair value of this stock, according to this calculation, is around $4,000 per share. Now, at the moment, the stock is trading at $3,000 per share. So it's looking like it could be around 24% undervalued. So personally, I would say Amazon is a buy at these levels if you don't already have a position. I already have quite a large position in Amazon, so I don't need to add more at these levels. But if you didn't have a position, it could be worth adding at these levels. Now, the economy is opening back up. Things are opening back up, which is why we've seen Amazon share price, if I dive into it here, it's not really moved since early 2020. So early 2020, Amazon was around $2,000 per share, April 2020. And then it had a major bull run, 80% up at one point. And now it's up in the past 12 months around 59%. So that's extremely good for a company this large. It's going to struggle to continue to grow at a high percentage due to the law of large numbers. Now, I did a video on this also called How Big Can Amazon Grow? So if you're interested in that, find out in the description below. With that being said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Amazon. What do you think of the company? What do you think of drone delivery? Would you use it? Comment below your thoughts. And if you did find value in this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. That helps out tremendously with the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe to the channel by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. And if you do want to know in real time exactly which stocks I'm personally buying, selling, and access my entire investment portfolio, the stocks and the story of how I built my portfolio from around $20,000 to over $200,000, then I invite you to check out the VIP membership group in the description below, and you also get access to our thriving VIP community. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an incredible day, and I'll see you in my next video. Invest safe.